This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. It's all about life serving, right? Communication for connection. And we are joined here with our friend Vera once again, who is making this all happen and possible. And joining us today, we're excited to talk more to him. And first and foremost, how was your week?
Oh, it was a good week. Lots of good things happened, both business-wise and personal-wise. My beloved fiance and I had a great time together, and we started getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and
Wow.
taking walks. So that's good.
That is
Yeah.
so nice. That is something totally different, like getting in the feel of spring for all of us, right? No matter where you live, spring is upon us. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing. I mean, you're also a language coach. You have so much to you. So give us a little bit of Language for Lovers, a little bit of your background, and then what are we going to dive into for today?
Okay, I'm happy to do that. So I met Dr. Marshall Rosenberg back in 2001, and he blew me away with his language of connection. In 2004, I told him I wanted to create a course for intimate relationships. And he referred me to Daphne Kingsma, easy for me to say, book, The Future of Love. And in it, she talks about the 7 stages of intimate relationship. And as far as I'm concerned, that should be taught to people in the 2nd grade. That might be a little extreme.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the reasons, as I've been working with couples ever since then, is that people have this crazy idea that comes from television and advertisements that you're going to meet the love of your life and you'll be swept away to be happy ever after. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't, right?
It doesn't work that way. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We all go through the relationship grind. We just don't know what to do
yeah.
or that it's escapable. To become aware that there is, in fact, a excuse me, predictable
Mm-hmm.
psycho-spiritual process we all go through is liberation itself. It just happens anyway. But to the degree we become conscious of it, we can become more kinder to ourselves as we all go through the steps.
Yeah.
We can allow each relationship to become a vehicle for the raising of our consciousness.
Wow.
I was blown away when I read that. It was just amazing. So, what
Oh,
I'd like to do today is to share this understanding, the 7 stages of intimate relationship. Because
yes.
if we knew these 7 steps were going to happen, we can utilize the amazing tools of nonviolent communication to enjoy every single one of them without it's a very rough haul, just just very, very rough. I know. I was married 4 times. And
Wow.
so I practiced doing it badly
Mm-hmm.
until I got really good at it. So
Wow.
is it okay if I share?
Of course, please.
Okay. Okay. Well, the first step is called romance, moonlight and red roses.
Oh,
In, in any relationship, we first have the experience that we call falling in love. And that's the part of the story. This is where you fall in love and you act out all the emotional, hormonal, psychological experiences that draw you into a passionate soul connection. When we fall in love, we feel wonderful, beautiful, magical, invincible. We're
mm-hmm.
optimistic, we're sexually and emotionally thrilled. We have an ecstatic, transcendent experience, which makes us willing to take a risk on a relationship.
Yeah.
The personality is having a heyday. It thinks, finally, at last, it's going to get all of its needs met. So life is offering 2 people who fall in love a momentary glimpse of what real love looks like. inviting them to hold on to that glimpse through all the challenges to come. So that's what happens when we fall in love.
Ah,
And
it's a good feeling. It's like an instant high. And I've never done a drug in my life, but I'm assuming people do drugs because you feel high, happy. It's like, is it like a drug? Is like what's happening in our body, endorphins, or I don't know the chemicals, but what's
uh,
happening?
oh, oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Depending on which drug you're talking about, of course. But it is a drug-like experience because there's so much attraction, so much possibility in life, so much joy to be shared with a partner, so much compassion to receive and to give. Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm.
Absolutely awesome.
All right.
Okay, so what happens next? Well, the second stage is called commitment, and it's the pledge. And it's a conscious acknowledgement that a relationship exists and is going to be pursued. We imagine that every need will finally be met in grand style.
Mm-hmm.
And that can go on for months or years or a period of time. But eventually, there is stage three, crisis, a crack in the vase. At some point, there's always an opening crisis,
Mm.
whether from uh, whether from the crisis, there's now a crack in the vase. The relationship has gone through something that reveals the partners are not going to live together in total bliss. It's at that point that the differences between two people are revealed suddenly and painfully. Through discourse, it becomes clear they don't, in fact, understand each other perfectly. They are two different people with two different agendas, and into the realm of love and bliss, the specter of truth and reality arrives. So, as I may have mentioned before, in nonviolent communication, when we're communicating with someone, we use the fewest number of words to describe what happened that generated an emotional experience in our body that we want to share with our partner, with the person, whether it be a business partner or a romantic partner or a child, so that we can then talk about what to do. The more words that we add, the more difficult it gets because our partner didn't grow up in that town we grew up, didn't go to
Yeah.
the schools we went to, didn't have the same life experiences. However, all humans have the same emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and those emotions come from universal needs like to be seen, to be heard, to be safe, to have voice. So if we talk about those two things, we have pretty much guaranteed instant connection.
Mm.
And then the last thing, which I won't go into too much detail now, the last aspect of it is called the request. And in my classes, oftentimes somebody, usually a man, says, "Okay, now I'm going to get what I want." No, I say, now you're going to communicate what's going on with you and make a request for a behavior from the other person that might make your life easier, but never at the expense of the other person's life. And so that is the Mobius strip of nonviolent communication.
Aw.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh my God. I couldn't tell you how miserable I was, but I didn't think I was miserable because my father told me that emotions were the vestige of our ancestral past, and soon they
Mm-hmm.
would be gone and everything would be better. The result of that was I was constantly kicked around by my emotions.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah. What else is next?
Okay, so um, this crack in the vase, most of the couples I've worked with, and almost all the couples I have worked with, have been on the doorstep of divorce. They've tried therapy, they've tried this, they tried that. Nothing really helped, nothing changed. But if we tell our partner that when they did such and such, uh, how we felt about it, and the partner never made us feel anything.
Yeah.
If we blame the partner for making us feel something, we become their slaves.
Mm-hmm.
So things that happen and our ideas about them are what cause our emotional experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah,
I worked with one
interesting.
couple. They were both brilliant people. They had PhDs. They were working for the government to help make the world a better place. But they were frustrated. They were very
Yeah.
frustrated. So after I explained and helped them develop the language of nonviolent communication, the wife took a turn to make a request.
Yeah.
So it was it was sad. I
Yeah.
want to ask you to do something, but I don't know if
Sure.
you'd want to do it,
Go
and I'm
ahead.
afraid that I'll say it wrong, and that'll make everything worse. And the husband is just going,
Wow.
oh,
Uh-uh.
finally, with a little coaching, she gets there. And in 27 words, I was counting, she got it out. His
Mm-hmm.
face lit up. He said, thank God, because of course he wanted to help her have what she wanted. So if you're irritated and frustrated with your spouse, I would teach you a way to share that in such a way that instead of getting defensive, they get grateful. And the reason that is, according to Marshall Rosenberg, the greatest joy a human being can experience is helping someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there we are, cracking the vase.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So after that, if we get through that, it's pretty easy to get through with NVC. It's pretty difficult to get through with a partner that we've criticized, blamed, shamed, so on and so forth. Then we get to the ordeal, the power struggle.
Yeah.
It's a long, meandering phase and relationship in which issues keep surfacing, apparently unable to be resolved.
Yeah.
The same fight happens, reconciliations occur, awareness grows, understanding develops, resentments deeper, exhaustion gets expressed, as does the outrage. So it's really an important way. I'll tell you, I'll cheat and go to what I usually put at the end. Uh, Daphne Kingsmith said that the purpose of a relationship and the way that we picked the partner is our soul picked the person who would
Uh-huh.
irritate us most in the way we need to grow. So processing this ordeal gives
Yeah.
us an opportunity to create balance and power structures and communication styles that recognizes the needs of both people, to give up blaming, shaming, criticizing, diagnosing, and just loving the person that we're talking to. And in that process, work out ways to ask for strategies that meet both people's needs. I've had couples go through that in 3 months and couples who are struggling with it for 3 years because you don't have the tools. I mean, when you think about the way we're taught to communicate, it's pathetic. Criticize, analyze, diagnose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't
Mm-mm.
work if you want to have a happy relationship.
No, sure does not.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you can get past all of the negative ways of communicating, you can actually come to a place where it's just the emotional issues that deal in life. We're sensitized to them. It's at this point that the true emotions of both partners come out in the open.
Yeah.
Disappointment, rage, hate, envy, all these things come up when our needs are not being met.
Yeah.
So, what happens next is, with my memory, I don't quite trust myself to run down this without written text in front of me.
Uh-huh.
So, the power struggle continues, feelings get out of control, and the couples are faced with a choice. They can put the relationship back in the box, stamp their feet, and pound their fist on the wall, and demand that it fulfill all their expectations on a psychological level, or they can start to grow
Yeah.
through its
Mm.
grueling repetitive insistence that we confront our emotional issues. The ordeal becomes an invitation to the spiritual.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Love is unconditional acceptance.
yeah.
The ordeal is paradoxically an invitation to meet that place, to come unconditionally accept yourself and the other person.
Yeah.
It is the ordeal itself that gradually removes us towards a more perfect and lasting love.
Hmm.
So the next stage is called chaos, loss of control.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the hard parts of your relationship has been deciding who gets to make the choices and
Mm-hmm.
how does the toilet paper get on the roll and all these things.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
struggle.
Yeah.
So you give up. You just surrender. This is the person I fell in love with. This is the person I built my life with. I will just love them.
Mm.
I will descend into the black hole of chaos. And at this stage, you're at your wits' end and you don't know what way is up.
Nope, definitely
So,
don't.
yeah, here you realize the issue has dogged your relationship. It's gigantic, immense, and irreversible, completely out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the void from which springs a new beginning because you're no longer trying to control it.
Yeah.
And at others, it's the swamp from which the end of relationships emerge. Chaos, again, is another invitation to the spiritual level. The loss of control matures us and expands us in spite of ourselves. The agony it delivers, um, it puts us on the emotional level, throws open a window to the spiritual level. And then comes the sixth stage,
Okay.
surrender, the awakening. So surrender, I'm just keeping an eye on this.
Hmm.
Um, this is when you just accept unconditionally your partner. You
Okay.
find ways to get your needs met that don't necessarily depend on your partner.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have other options. And so then you wind up in the seventh stage, transformation, true love. After the ordeal, chaos, and surrender comes transformation. The person and situation have been forever changed, but you are now a person who contains emotional and spiritual attributes which before you did not possess. Either you live in your current relationship management level or you move somewhere else. Either way, transformation is just another word for nothing left to lose. And the happiness that couples experience when they get to that stage is what keeps me doing this work in my seventh decade of living, because the pleasure of helping people get to that stage is immeasurable. So if you're having trouble and you want some help, send an email to pan@languageforlovers.com.
Mm-hmm.
and we will get some time together. We'll analyze what's going on. I'll ask you to take an inventory of your relationship, and we will begin the process of recreating yourself as a loving and accepting person.
Hmm. Beautiful. We still have
Okay.
more time. We still got 6 more minutes, Pam. So we're not
Ah,
done yet.
okay. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about what happens if you decide to get involved with my work.
Sure.
Um, I take you through a process that helps you learn how to use the language of nonviolent communication in an intimate relationship. The
Okay.
first thing I do is find out for yourself and for your partner and for me what's going on in your relationship. And then I teach you a number of language tools that are designed to create connection. I borrow from many different marriage counselors. There's most of us are taught a language that just disconnects us. I translate that language step by step into connecting language.
Well,
And then uh, we go into detail, great detail, more than you've heard now,
sure.
on the 7 stages, because it's so important to understand them. Because without understanding them, boy, you just, it's just very, very disappointing. We
Yeah.
talk about the 5 losing strategies for
Mm-hmm.
getting what you want, like unbridled self expression, needing to be right, retaliating, controlling your partner, withdrawing. We think that might help, but it never does. And we shift from complaint to request. We speak out with love and savvy, respond with generosity, empower each other, and just cherish what we have. Then we go into some basic NVC, useful feeling words, non feeling words. That's all I had when I met Marshall. All the words that I had were judgments about what people were doing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas emotions like peaceful, loving, mad, glad, those really connect when we share them. And we go deeper into that. And then we recognize that needs are the root of all of our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We had emotions before we had language. Otherwise, we wouldn't have lived in tribal communities pre humanoid. So we go through the needs and the satisfiers. We have lots of tools to be able to do that because it is new for most people. And then we give each other a precious gift.
Aw.
The precious gift is we make a request to make life more enjoyable and asked it in a Santa Claus
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and uh, and basically it's Marshall Rosenberg's sense of humor. But we. I'm not going to give you all this information and leave you alone or jilted or whatever. I will stick with you until we have sessions where you're able to lovingly communicate with each other about the
Mm-hmm.
things that previously were very difficult.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ah, well,
Ah, how you feeling? I'm feeling good.
me too. Uh, yeah, I thought when I was when I was a senior in high school, and I had 4 girlfriends because I was at an all boys school, and I didn't know which one I really wanted to pursue, but it was taken away from me because all 4 of them decided to become nuns.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah, so I thought I should be a priest, you know.
See? You
So
never know it.
I went off to Spring Hill College, a Jesuit college, and it was there that I discovered I could not live without the company of women.
Mm-hmm.
The way they support each other after their teenager years are over, and the way that they consider each other and how they give to their children and to their friends was just so beautiful. So I
Yeah.
decided to be a playwright instead.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I love it. You sure can. Oh, wonderful. Well, we do have to kind of wrap up. We got 2 minutes left. How did you want to kind of end off for today?
Um, how do I want to end off? There is, let's see if I can do this. Some way I would like to get you a document, uh, and you can get it yourself. If you can go to languageforlovers.com
Okay.
/free guide,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get a marvelous document, about
Okay.
79 pages long, mostly colors,
Mm-hmm.
or not colors, but images. And it talks about the new rules of marriage from what you should do as opposed to the list from what you shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to do a don't.
Sure is.
So that URL is language for lovers /C-guide. And let me tell you what the four are.
Sure.
We think that we're in a relationship with our partner, but in every relationship, there are four relationships:
Mm-hmm.
the man's relationship with the man, the woman's relationship with herself,
Mm-hmm.
the man's relationship with the woman, and the woman's relationship with the man.
Yep.
And when people understand that, most
Mm.
of the problems go away because we're always in the assumption that the person we love is just like us. Thank God it's not true.
It's so true. I know. Oh. Well, thank you so much for being here, Pan. We appreciate your time and thank you for sharing all this. And again, one more time, Language for Lovers. He's here joining us, and he could be of amazing service to so many of you because communication is not the easiest thing to do, but there are benefits in learning how to do it the right way, right?
That's right.
Oh,
And the statistics still hold 50% of marriages end up in divorce. It does not have to be that way.
got it. Thank you so much, Pan. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk hopefully again next week. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's a
Okay.
pleasure. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.